Hello there everybody and welcome back to episode 2 of my early age Vanheim gameplay series for Dominion 6. So, today we got quite an interesting expansion ahead of us. So, we did take a nice slice of land in the first episode. That was a pretty decent start. In turn 9 with 9 provinces, that means we went as good as I wanted to go. But we can do better, and we will do better. But Soromadia plopped up down here, and that means we got now a contested border here. And to make matters worse, there's even 2 throne provinces here that we need to take care about. So, yeah, that means my expansion today, with the 2 armies that we got, Grand Lodna with his elite squad of Vanheim and a couple of Huskarls over here, and the new army of Alsvin, much heavier, many more Vanheims, and a couple of armored and mounted herdmen will go over this side. So all in all, we are pretty well set up. Grand Lodna could use some reinforcements, but for the small independent provinces, it will be good enough. So I also spent quite some thoughts about the question, where will we put up our fortresses and our expansion in that regard? It's been a quite difficult thing. So I ended up with Highwoods. This province here promises me to be very important in the future, as it is a choke point for this spot here on the map to pass through. Gold Mountains will be another one of these, as it offers us many points here. But all in all, forest provinces provide resource, and usually they are pretty good in terms of expansion. We'll see about that. But most importantly, this will be a forest that is close to the front line without being directly in middle of the front line. So, good spot for reinforcements. And since our troops are really quite needy, as you can expect from elves, we need to put up an entire infrastructure before we can even think about hiring our commanders somewhere else than the home provinces. And I think we should start with the preparations for that as soon as we can. So the marching order for Alsvin will be these 3 provinces, and during that time, Grand Lodna will hopefully take these 3 provinces here in the same time. So, in the time being, in Vanheim, I'll be training up a new army that will be sent over here, over Rimmire, over to Star Peaks, to keep conquering into that direction. So at some point, we will speed up our expansion like that. So far to these plans. Magic-wise, I came up with the following conclusions. Evocation 2 is very, very exciting for me, as it opens up Lightning Bolt, which makes our Vanjarls much more dangerous. And it also gives us Warrior Illusions, which makes our Van Herseys, well, summon spammers. I like that. I really like the idea of that. I don't go further than that because for the next better things, we will require more investment. Evocation 3 doesn't really offer us many too interesting things. I mean, the Dance of Ephemeral Swords ain't bad. It's a personal point-blank AoE shield of damage, sort of. Or was it that? Yeah. But all the other spells are not easily accessible for us. Stormwind is only for the Vanjarls, and, well, I don't see that being the big difference for us. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Let me know in the comments if I am. So, Alteration 2 is where I spent my money next, as that'll open up for us Personal Stone Skin, for the commanders, quite a useful thing. Personal Mist Form, also pretty useful for our commanders. But Mirror Image for the casters, well, we already have Glamour, not that interesting, but Blur. While our Vanheims are permanently blurred while blessed, this is not bad to have that on top of that, but I'm mostly for the Earth Magic here, as these things are really, really cool. If we happen to get a Death Mage in, Weakness might be also an option, but for now, that'll be all we need. We will be stomping enemies with this setup without any issues. Instead of going into other magic paths after that, I decided to go into Construction Level 3, as that unlocks the next set of magic items, and the Owl Quill awaits. This is a research steroid, Any air mage can craft these, and we can get a plus 12 on research on each of our researchers by that, which makes more than a Vanhurst does research on his own. So yeah, all in all, it's a very, very worthwhile investment. And while our wallet allows us to, I want to recruit 1 or 2 more Vanjarls, even if they are stupidly costly for our current situation. All right, let's go. Enough of the planning. Let's get some of these plans into motion. Let's see how this turn went. So, we have the small strike force of Grand Lodner marching into a couple of medium indies. It's slingers and heavy infantry. I don't think that this will be in a real battle. Yeah. As usual, our fighters are just grinding through the enemy front line, and after that, it's easy pickings. Luckily, none of ours died, and in Alt Gold, we lost so many Vanheries. Alright. So, that one moment you don't watch the replay, something horrible happens. So, what happened here? Tons of barbarians happened here. That's just the point where losses cannot be avoided sometimes. I mean, the good part was that we had our cavalry in the back line, obviously, managing to route a part of these quite quickly. But, yeah. Did Elsvin kill my own dudes with his lightning bolts? Please don't tell me that this was the real reason. Well, 3 kills went on the barbarians, 1 kill probably. I have a hard time telling, but I think this is all fine and legit. It's been a really, really hard province to tackle, obviously, and, well, good that we got it. Merman captains, so we can expand into this little sea province there. Alright, it's been a quite heavy blow, not gonna lie. Alrighty. But sometimes losses are inevitable. Okay, let's head back to the cheaper recruits again. So I'm preparing Hrimgrimnir here as the next commander that can lead another expansion party. We got already here, let's see, a dozen of the Vanheiri together. 18 will be enough. After that, we'll send them off to go conquering. It's quite amazing what you can do with just a handful of these dudes. So yeah, here at this point, we've seen that in episode 1 so much and so often that, well, people dying to our blenders. Alright, a famous hero has emerged. So Elsvin, what's your trait? He's valorous. So increased moral and leadership. Now that's pretty good. I mean, that means this guy does have, I think, a higher cap. Yeah, 150 instead of 100 already. And the higher moral is always a good thing. Jeez, this place is full of barbarians. It's disgusting. I didn't expect that. Good thing that we brought a huge army for this task, because otherwise this would have been a lot more trouble. So, Grand Lodner, I'm going to let him branch out into this direction, and here's the first province where we share a border with the enemy. Ugh. That's not to my liking. So, I'll be sending Svafnir down to Highwoods now, as I want to have a commander down here to do the construction work for me ASAP. I don't think that the AI at Bangaloth will attack me already, but I don't want to leave anything to chance, so we're going to do a moderate defense here. Well, let's make that a little bit heavier. Alright. Let's see how that'll play out. So this one was a pretty clear one, but I'll be checking out the Battle of Nisia in detail. I want to know how we fare against these large barbarian clumps. I also wonder if the weaker blessing of Oswin, or the lower range of blesses, does make a difference in terms of survivability of our troops. Alright. Barbarians went routing super fast, so that was already the whole battle, but yeah, they did cost us again a pot of war army. But I mean, this is over 80 barbarians, and we're cracking it open with just 30 of ours. That is, in my opinion, a pretty decent victory after all. So there's even more barbarians. It hurts so much to expand here. Okay, we're going to take a trip over Griffin Rock, so it doesn't hurt that badly. And let's see, in Highwoods we can recruit a regular commander. That's good. And let's see, so Grand Lodner does still have his 20 troops, so Lombaria will be attacked. And, well, I do have a certain idea about how the Soromadian Empire looks like now. It's not bad. And let's check back to Vanheim. So we got now Hrimgrimna's troops together. So hold and attack closest. I have that still saved from the previous episode on 1. And we're just going to slap down a couple of blessings. Let's see. In the future, I'll be adapting this a little bit more wisely, but for now, we're attacking like that. Check this out. In 1 turn. Sweet. So we're now taking 3 provinces in 1 turn. So let's see. Turn 12. We're already on 15 provinces in that turn. So our economy is kicking into motion here. And we're going to build our first fort now at Highwoods, as, like I said, I do expect the hammer to fall there first. Or at least this is the first corner of contested territory that we'll have to deal with. So, Lombaria. I don't think this is an exciting fight to begin with. Yeah, so this troop is weakening at this point. Starpeaks was a total stomp, just like expected. We don't need to watch this in detail, as it is the same that we had several times already in the past before. Very well. So we also found a magic site, a Veiled Valley. That's really good, as these gems become more and more important for us. Alright, so we also got Temper Armors, which is a really, really powerful spell. So that means in Vanheim, we probably want to start recruiting a Dwarven Smith again. A second one, at least a second one. And over here, let's start constructing palisades and the rest of the infrastructure. And the rest of my money I'll be spending on provincial defenses, because I don't have a good feeling about having a shared border like that. So let's do this. So here we have already a front line with Soromadia. I don't want to go into battle here, so Typhon or Griffin Rock will be a province that I'll be just given away, basically, if you might want to say so. Alright, from Grimna, we'll just grab what he can, and I'll be sending Grand Lodna back home with his troops there, or we're going to send him new troops from the homeland, but I need to recruit a second turn. Otherwise, his troops will be too lousy, in my humble opinion. Alright. So, Azanon. We have that good old Vanheim Stomp. No problem. White Forest. Same story as usual. No losses. Always a pleasant sight. And the same goes for Winter Peaks. So Winter Peaks is an interesting battle to witness, as here we see that a very small strike force of these can do so much heavy lifting. These guys are already crippled and battle-frightened and have all manner of different afflictions already, but they still can overcome a small province super easily. So these guys, they're just the best that we got here. Sadly, they are capital only. So, Dominion change. Foreign priests have infiltrated our church. That is quite something. And all gold got a good event. Growth and luck scales went up. That's pretty nice. And Grimna got his heroic trait. What is it? Heroic toughness. Increased HP. Nah, that's a good one. From 15 to 22. Decent. Very, very decent. Protects you from that occasional stray arrow. I don't know how difficult the Pisacha and Ghana thingy here will be. Mainly because I gotta be aware of one thing. Everything with True Sight is absolutely deadly for us. This is the worst. These guys, they just look through our glamour shenanigans and then we die, basically. Unless we are prepared, that is. But seriously, this is the one Achilles heel, so to say. So let's see, can we go for something like that? Not quite. So, our new dwarven friend still ain't ready yet. So, we're gonna be bringing some reinforcements with Bozut. Let's see. Well, sadly he can't go in one turn to any other province there. That's really sad. Let's see, Grand Lodner can't reach Black Peaks like that, so we're going to go this way. I mean, it is fine. We got so much here working for us. But we really gotta upgrade that research. Alright, Curtain Wall just marched through, as it had been expected. And we found a hostile border. That is not cool. So, Epernia. 100 barbarians. Jeez. So, we stomped here through a area that was no easy pickings. No easy pickings at all. So, there's the island of Strong Bay here. And we found the entrance to the subterrane as well. And there's Agartha. Oh, sheesh. Alrighty, so Epernia is going to be a really, really important province as well, therefore. Alright, so there's more clarity now these days about what's important here. We got Swavner, so we're going to send him patrolling, because I got that slight feeling that somebody might be spreading enemy dominion here. Alrighty, so let's see. Grand Lodner cannot go in one turn over here, so Vozut can just stick around here, dump his troops here, so Grand Lodner can pick them up later. And let's see, where do we send Vozut to build something new? So, and who did we find here? Lanka. And this is, as a matter of fact, their hometown province, so... Okay, lots of trouble. Probably gonna pick Zonria here, as Zonria is a province where we have the many bridges of the river working for us. So yeah, let's pick that. Okay. Well, I'll be just capping these areas here. Keep on doing what I'm doing best. What's bothering me here the most is the fact that we haven't found a single throne here in our vicinity. There's nothing. All the thrones are in the vicinity of the AI. That's really bothersome. We have 2 of them in the vicinity of Soromadia, and the other one, I thought I spotted one up here. No? Well, alright. So far, so bad. I mean, I don't know how the Agarthans will fare with us, but, well. Let's take Strong Bay, but put up a decent amount of defense in Epernia. I know that I'm sitting on a huge pile of gold here, so let's start recruiting a Vanadrod. This is just a good moment for that, as these guys are powerful and just what we need. Good, construction reaches level 3. Perfect. So where do I want to go from here? I'm very eager to pick up the tier 3 thaumaturgy. It's pretty good stuff there too. And I think though... yeah, well, it's a difficult one for me. So Alt 3 Group Blur displays body is amazing, so let's go for Alteration 3 after that. We gotta rack up more mages now. This is really important. So, we're just stomping over the barbarians in the mountains of Evernight. That is such good news. And in Strong Bay, we took down the opposition with ease as well. Righty. Good. So, Epernia got their commander. Strong Bay receives their commander as well. And because we are Vanheim, we can just sail over to Gold Mountain and pick up the province there as well. Alright, so we encroached Soromadia good, didn't we? They're just, we're just sitting in there, right in front of their house, so to speak. So I'm going to pick up Lombaria now. I thought a bit about it, and I figured that Lombaria is, as a matter of fact, a really excellent province for what we're up to. Just forgot to recruit a commander there in time. Dang it. They don't even have resources for that. Jeez. That sucks. So let's keep going in the other provinces where I forgot that. No, I didn't forget it here. Okay. But I thought I was more diligent than that. See how wrong I've been. I mean, I do know that in the Coatl Swamp I can't. Although the Jaguar Priest dudes aren't that interesting due to their very low research, but we could buff that. Wolf Tribe Shaman. Yeah, well, not too eager to pick up any of these here. Okay, so Grand Lodner can now pick up his reinforcements, and he's now locked and loaded again. So we can send him over to Zonria and start conquering there again. Grimna, well, we're going to pick up the provinces here. I mean, this is pretty difficult to hold and pretty difficult for me to maintain the pressure to set up a fort here. But what we definitely can and will do is we're going to set up some 20 points of province defense, so the AI doesn't have a super easy time in taking that back. I think this is a really nice thing to do. So Vuzut, we're going to start building the other infrastructure here for him. And I will bring this guy over to there, cancel that, and recruit a new one here. There we go. Much better, as we don't really feel... well, we don't get a... we won't get a commander in one turn. It sucks. Alrighty, so no magic sites, Gold Mountains. Was a fierce fight. We lost cavalry. We lost some Vanheries. But yeah, it's been 39 Horse Tribe cavalry, so yeah. Worst case scenario, as I keep saying, archers are the worst for us. So Robberholm. Strong Bay, some gems for us. Nice. Alright, we have finally... or did we already in the previous turn and I derped? I thought we... Yeah, well. Construction 3 is researched, and I think I lost track of it for a turn. Well, one thing at a time. So Alsvin is now sitting in front of the enemy here at Dornwoods, and in all honesty, it doesn't look like we are going to have an easy time from here. So I'm going to send Alsvin and let him search for a site here, and the Epernia people are going to build their palisade here. Let's see. Let's stop recruiting a Vanadrot, as we have already one. And we do have a nice amount of soldiers here already. So Hrimgrimna can and will keep conquering here. And these dudes here will just hide. Alrighty, Milbon, Adolf. So this guy is going to be constructing the palisades, and Wuzud can do the trolling for now, as he doesn't have any armies on himself. Alright, so how does this look like? I do know what we're lacking. So we need to go now for these owl quills. Monthly fortune of these will get our research points somewhere else. Let's see if we can get a earth item going that we require. But I think, yeah, a great sword of sharpness is always a nice pick, but we're currently more romping around with our troops. A main gauge of parrying is also a pretty nice item. Overall, we have pretty interesting options here, but I don't see any big necessity here to forge more owl quills on this guy. Instead, we're going to go and forge 2 of them this turn, and then we'll see. The thing is, we don't have that many air gems to sport that kind of production right now. Alright, my biggest concern is that Epernia might be overrun while we're not defending it well. Oh, I derped the arena. Whoopsie! Alright. Lanka received 400 gold. That's, that doesn't look like... That looks like something went wrong here. So, the Great Feral got conquered. No, everything's wrong here. And we're going to go over Ashington, as it seems. Our income now is super powerful. That is really something where things went down as intended. So let's go for more of the Vanadrot. And let's see. Let's give this fella a nice little army. But until then, we're just going to let them do their researching thing. Speaking about researching, we can now apply to owl quilts. That yields a nice fat bonus. Okay, so let's see. I think I'm going to go over a bit of thinking before we go for the next research projects. I'll be bringing these baseline things up to a decent level, as I personally think this is a very easy thing to do and absolutely worth it. We are going to start fortifying ourselves now a little bit more. And let's see. The first fortress is ready. Hell yeah. This is what I like to see. So, ain't gonna be a Vanadrot, because we're going to recruit a Vanhurst over here. We also can now recruit herdmen and mounted herdmen. We cannot recruit our sacred troops outside of our capital, though. This is a wee bit tragic, but it is what it is. Alright, so don't really want to send these guys into a combat like this. And since the episode is already pretty late, I'm going to tune out here and spend a couple of minutes watching at this map and looking at this map and ponder about it. I think we did a good start. Expansion-wise, we are sitting in a really, really good position. We got a lot of money on our hands, and let's start conquering the world and pick up those thrones and keep them. I think I should really try to attack Dorn Woods, even if it is with just a small strike force. We'll see about that in the next episode. So, comments go down below. A thumbs up would be deeply appreciated. And of course, consider subscribing. In the description box, you will be finding links to Discord, where you can have a chat, recommendations for coming episodes, my Twitch, where I stream on the weekends, Fridays and Sundays, in the evening hours of the Middle European time zone, and of course, Patreon, PayPal, and Buy Me a Coffee. I'd be really happy if you gave them a look, and also check out my channel membership program, where you can preview with an early access all the stuff that is already scheduled for release. It'd be really nice if you'd give them a look. A big thanks to everybody who's supporting the channel, and a big thanks especially to you watching this video up until the very bitter end. I deeply appreciate, and I hope we're going to have some fun on the next episode again. See you there. Bye bye.